Before I start this video, I would like to give a massive shout out to my Patreons, and if you would like to join my Patreon, please check the link in the description.
Well, it has been a while. I haven't been uploading much recently because I've been a little bit busy. But today, I am going to be doing two videos because there's been some Doctor Who news, and there has also been a leak of sorts on Reddit that I've missed out on. So, I'll be doing the news in a separate video, but today, for the first video, we're going to be looking at a Reddit leak. Yes, those beautiful Reddit leaks that have been done throughout my channel over the past couple years, because a lot of them are fan fiction, but on a few occasions they've ended up being true, or somewhat true in some form or another, in some capacity. So yeah, I'm going to be having a look at this Reddit leak and seeing what's true, because obviously it's always fun to put on the good old tinfoil hat and have a look. So with that being said, let's get into this Reddit leak and see what it's saying. Alright, so from good old r/Doctor Who News, yet another leak. Well, I say leak, but I imagine most of this is a bit obvious. As a leaker, I'm one of those who knows a few people rather than directly involved, so I pretty much only know broad strokes rather than the exact intimate details of what will happen in the finale of Series 16, because I don't even think Russell T Davies knows that yet. Well, what I do know is the following. So basically, the episodes filming right now are episodes 4 and 5. At least 4 is written by RTD, and I'm fairly sure it's a two-parter based on what I've heard. I think it's apparent to anyone who's looked at filming photos that it's basically an Aliens in London / Lazarus Experiment / Suntarum Stratagem type episode where the companion returns to Earth after travels in time and space. Now, I used to love those types of episodes because it deals with the consequences of them leaving their home life, and from what we have seen from filming, it looks like we will be seeing Ruby Sunday's home life and seeing her family and stuff like that. So that's something I have missed from Doctor Who, having the companions have their own life outside of their adventures in time and space. So that is going to be pretty cool. In regards to the politician angle, I do know that the Roger character is working alongside those slug creatures we've seen from filming. I know those are from the same episode. I don't actually know, though, if the Kate Stewart's return to Earth episode, which I do know is episode 4, is the same as that episode, though, or if they are a two-parter. I also am of the understanding that the plot of episode 4 pertains to some degree to people being on their phones and not observing the world around them. One of my people in the know has read the script for the episode twice. The first time they thought it was Riverdale-esque, and not in a good way. I don't even watch Riverdale, so I don't know what they're on about here. But now they're saying RTD is a genius after having reread it. Make of that what you will. Okay, yeah, again, I've never really watched Riverdale or heard anything about it, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there. As RTD said in the Doctor Who magazine, Block 2 is the Christmas episode, but what he doesn't mention is that Millie Gibson's Ruby doesn't appear in that episode, and it's a temporary companion, much like some of the specials in the original Russell T Davies era. So, okay, I wonder who the special companion could be on a temporary basis. Interestingly, I don't know much about the centenary specials. I'm guessing they're on about the 60th anniversary stuff this year, although I can say I'm pretty sure that the Bonnie Langford rumour is true, and that she will appear in episode 2. It's also been suggested that she might be part of the Unit spin-off. Yeah, there has been a lot of traction on Doctor Who getting a spin-off show based around Unit. I'm down for that, and I feel like the centenary special, The Power of the Doctor, did actually set that up, so I'm down for that. And I'm 99% certain that Carol Ann Ford will reappear as Susan at the end of the 60th specials before Tennant regenerates into Gatwa. The gist is that Tennant's 14th Doctor will be mortally wounded by the Toymaker. Then it seems like the Doctor will die before the Toymaker taunts the Doctor with a ghost of Susan, which somehow manages to convince the Doctor to regenerate again. It wasn't explained to me very well, by the way, but that's basically what I think they were telling me. Okay, interesting. But then again, will the Doctor just regenerate automatically? Who knows? In another leak post, they mentioned that it would now be referred to Series 1. Again, I'm pretty sure that's not true. However, internally, it will be referred to as Series 1, much in the same way that Moffat's Series 5 did, I believe. Now, yeah, I do remember that actually being a thing, but I'm glad that they're keeping the Series 14 thing, but then again, with this now going to Disney, I do feel like it would be nice to have like a little soft reboot and call it Series 1 again. That's my personal opinion. You know, it's a little bit of a hot take here, but I don't know. Still, I'm not bothered either way. I literally know very little about Millie Gibson's portrayal of the new companion, aside from her being apparently very good. Helpful, I know, lol. And another thing, which makes more sense after I explained Ncuti's interpretation. Now, for Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor, I've heard a thing or two. I wouldn't be surprised if the gay angle was true, but I've actually heard far more about the black angle of the casting. Okay, so let's get into this. And yes, they will explore the latter in either episode 4 or 5. One person mentioned it will be how the far-right organisation will interact with the Doctor when this aspect comes into play. As for his interpretation of the Doctor, he's doing an interesting sort of balancing the act apparently. At once, it's very flippant, witty performance, but at the same time, there's an age maturity to it, and it's kind of got like a little bit of kindness as well. So that's interesting. I'm trying to get that into my head. But still, if this is true, it'll be very interesting. He can also be terrifyingly commanding, not even in a scary way, but also has an unusual natural command. We're moving away from the social ineptness of Capaldi and Whittaker, I've been told, and more towards the kind of eccentricity that both Tom Baker and David Tennant displayed. Okay, very interesting. Supposedly, a very Supposedly a very similar scene to one from the Pirate Planet where the Doctor yells at the Captain what it's all for happens in the Politician episode. Sorry if that's one is a bit of a deep cut. Okay, very interesting. I haven't watched the Pirate Planet, so I'm not entirely sure what they're going on about here, but still, very interesting. However, in spite of this, the Doctor has hope for humanity in a way, almost infantilizing them, a bit like the original Russell T Davies era of the show. However, and this is where the thing I mentioned about the new companion comes into play, Millie Gibson's character almost starts questioning this, especially as many of the episodes are highly critical of our modern world and the greed of humanity. I'm told that the series arc, if there is one, is basically that. So, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. There are a few more bits I'd like to discuss at the end, but I'll obviously discuss my feelings toward this leak after this post is finished. So, yeah, it's a very bleak vision, but it fits, obviously, our modern world and Russell T Davies's vision for the show, so that's very interesting. But yeah, they apologise for not saying anything interesting. They don't know if the Rani is back. They don't know if Sacha Dhawan is going to be reprising his role as the Master. So I guess they're not going, saying that, oh, yeah, this big star's going to return, because they don't know. But I think the new story arc should tell us far more about the new RTD era will be like, rather than if Omega is returning. Okay, well, I mean, okay, this is a very interesting one. Alright, I'm going to be completely honest that I think this is probably sort of one of the most believable Reddit leaks there, because a lot of the information has already sort of been put out there anyway regarding these episodes and the filming and stuff like that. However, I have got to say that the portrayal of the Doctor, I'm a little bit confused about, because as far as we're aware, there's only been at least one day, or a maximum of one day, that Ncuti Gatwa has been present for filming, because he has also been filming for Sex Education, because the Sex Education show, I believe it's on its final season. I think that's been taken priority. So once he's finished filming for that, then he will be prioritising filming his scenes for Doctor Who. Now, I can't imagine that, we'll be seeing much of his betrayal yet, and we haven't even seen him filming outside, with Millie Gibson and stuff like that, where we've seen Millie a lot filming for her scenes as Ruby Sunday, Gemma Redgrave as Kate Stewart, etc., and we haven't seen Ncuti Gatwa yet. So I don't think we'll be seeing much of his betrayal yet, and I think that might be the little bit of the unbelievable thing for me personally, but I don't know. I'm open to interpretation, But that's how I feel about this leak. But with that being said though, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more nerdy content, as we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, which I will love to reach by the end of this year. But with that being said though, thank you very much for all the support, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.